All right, let's get started. As part of this circuit, we have 4 movements, the first of which will be a step up and a row. As you notice, I'll be doing a alternating step up. So I'm doing right leg, lead leg dominant first, left leg, lead leg dominant second, into a nice hinge position and complete 2 reps of that nice big pull rowing exercises you've done in the past. As you recall, keeping our shoulders back, abs engaged, and really driving through our midfoot and heel of that stepping foot onto the box. We're really trying to use that as our main driver as we drive ourselves upward, not relying too much on the trail leg. As you drive that foot into the box, squeeze your glutes all the way to the top. Now, as you go into that hinge position, really hinge back into your hips like you would a deadlift exercise, and exhale as you pull to really engage your abs even further. And try and finish that big squeeze at the top with a squeeze between your shoulder blades. So start the pull with your lats, finish with a squeeze in between those shoulder blades on those reps. So be nice and fluid here if you need to kind of rearrange your feet as you work as these reps start to progress. Make sure you take the time and adjust those as needed. All right. Next exercise is part of that circuit. I was feeling it there. We are going to go into, as I'm grabbing my resistance here. Next movement, we'll have a farmer's carry and a calf raise combination. So I'm taking a step and really driving through the forefoot of my foot and squeezing my calves and getting as high as I can with each step. So step forward, up, forward, up, forward, up. There you go. And making sure we're keeping our shoulders back. And as you step forward and up, you're exhaling through that calf raise to make sure you're ensuring your abs are engaged and your balance and stability around that small point on the floor is going to be nice and solid. So make sure you check yourself, go nice and slow. As you'll see, some balance will be challenged here as well. As we finish here, let's get 5 to 6 reps of both feet and getting as high as you possibly can on those calf raises. You should be feeling it in your calves there for sure. All right, the next one. It's a tough little abdominal movement. I call it a hollow body rock. And as you'll notice, you'll slightly elevate your feet off of the ground and your shoulders off of the ground, trying to kind of tuck your ribs into your pelvis and you feel your abs really engage. From there, just kind of think of yourself as an immovable plank. And you're going to bounce back and forth, rocking back and forth here, and really making sure your abs are doing the dominant portion of this movement to keep that rocking motion going. So not really throwing our feet downward or our hands downward, just really engaging our abs and leaning forward with our trunk and letting that movement take place. So exhaling as you go forward, inhaling on the way back down, really making sure your abs are doing the work. 12 to 15 of those little rocks is more than enough. All right, last movement of this circuit, we're going to go a front shoulder raise into a shoulder press. Now you may need to play a little bit with hand positioning here to make sure your shoulder is not feeling any extra strain. So you can try knuckles forward on that forward raise. I'm going to show you my hand getting a little bit more lateral as I go, working my way to the thumb to the ceiling, as I will in this rep here. So you can kind of play around with hand positioning to make sure it's most comfortable for you for that front shoulder raise. And then as you go into that shoulder press, I still recommend palm facing inward, elbow facing forward, exhaling to the top of that press, inhaling on the way back down. Now, something to not forget here is to keep your glutes nice and squeezed throughout. That will help you kind of keep the torso down nice and solid, not feeling extra strain in your lower back. So exhaling as you go forward, inhaling on the way back down, exhale to the top of that press, inhale on the way back down. Repeat for a second or third time and have fun.